One of my absolute favorite setups continues to be in hard assets. Metals, we've already had a good run in precious metals like gold. Silver looks like it's catching up. But what I'm also noticing now, while those are going well and they will, in our view, continue to do well, we're starting to see some relative outperformance by base metals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a chart by my colleague JB that he created, and I think it shows us really well. I'm going to go a bit more detail on this in just a second. So what we see here, we are tracking essentially base metals, which is things like copper and zinc, through the lens of an ETF. It's a DBB is the ETF for that. And when we divide that by the precious metals, DBP is the ETF for that. Those are Invesco ETFs. You can see we're starting to see some relative strength, and he's just doing an absolutely fantastic job showing this. At the bottom, you can see base metals performance actually breaking out versus the S&P 500, and of course, precious metals have been doing that now as well. But I want to focus in a bit more on what not only are the precious the base metals doing, like copper and zinc, but also again quickly tying it in with what precious metals are doing. So this is obviously a pretty lengthy discussion. One can go very deep on this, but before we look at the two ETFs, let's just have a look at gold miners and such. And you can see, obviously, big run. We remain very bullish. The market rover, our trending algorithm continues to see this very strongly trending. We think this is a double or triple. Gold still going forward through a multi-year lens. Silver is acting a lot better. It's, as you can see, had a good move the other day, good move for the past couple of weeks. So we think there's a lot there. Gold miners look pretty much the same. So all that's going very well. So that is through the lens of the DBP ETF. If we want to look at precious metals, DBP is sort of what encompasses this story. Now, the DBB ETF, which represents essentially base metals, doesn't look all that sexy in absolute terms unless you zoom out and you can see how huge the opportunity is here, and that's really what we're getting at. But it's when you divide DBB by DBP, a lot of letters there, you're starting to finally see some relative outperformance, and that's really what JB is pointing out in this absolutely excellent chart, I have to say. And I would encourage everyone to look at this. Now, last but not least, let's look at some of these actual base metals. So you look at something like copper, CPER. Again, it looks very much like the precious metals, except it's actually coiling, and again, relative strength. You look at CEPX. I keep forgetting copper miners. Totally evading me right now, so I apologize. Anyway, it's copper miners is another ETF, so they're all acting very, very well. So I would encourage people to take a look at this. As always, this is purely educational, no recommendations here, but we do like this setup here. Hope it helps. I'll see you in the next video.